Thanks for tuning in. This is The Night Show. Today is November 29th, 2012, and I want to talk a little bit about this meeting that was held at the White House today between Mitt Romney and Barack Obama. So as it turns out, Obama has invited Mitt Romney to the White House to have turkey chili and discuss some ideas involving the future of the nation going forward. Now, this meeting was closed off to the public, just a private lunch, but it's one of those things that I just wish I could have been a fly on the wall to really see what these guys were talking about. Based on what happened in this last 2012 campaign, most people would agree that these people generally do not like each other. It was a pretty ugly campaign. There was a lot of pretty dirty cheap shots thrown each direction, I would say. So, going forward, Barack Obama thinks that Mitt Romney has some good ideas that maybe he could implement here in the future. My question is, what are those ideas? Because the way I see it, there's really only one big difference that I can see between these two men. That is, I believe, Mitt Romney may still believe in more of a free market capitalist society, where I believe Barack Obama is a socialist, if not worse, who believes more in distribution, big government, nanny state type societies. So if you look back at the campaign, that's the biggest difference I see between these two guys. Why do I say that? Well, a couple reasons. Number one, you got Obamacare. Obamacare is basically modeled after Romneycare. Both of these guys support NDAA. Both of these guys are big on this whole military-industrial complex. Lots of wars. And guys support big government. Nobody in this last campaign here, between these two anyways, had any real changes going forward to change this country or put us on a real correct track to solve our problems. Another big thing, Mitt Romney wouldn't audit the Fed, which I think is important. There's really only one candidate that I've ever heard say they would do that lately, and that's Ron Paul. So that's my take on that. But I'm just curious, what exactly were these guys talking about? If Barack Obama is looking for more business advice or more capitalism advice, I'm not buying that. I think that's a bunch of bullshit. I don't believe Barack Obama cares about the middle class, period. I don't think so. I think he's literally trying to destroy the middle class. It's obvious in the taxes. They're going to tax the hell out of these people in the middle class, these small business owners, the people that really have all the wealth, the people that have the special interests in Washington, the people that pay their lobbyists more than they actually pay in taxes, the people that really need to be taken care of or pay their fair share, those guys aren't going to be touched. And I don't think most people really fully understand that. So that's my take on it. Sometimes I wish Mitt Romney, well, obviously I think I wish Mitt Romney, of all people, between the real two choices we had, was elected. But you can look at it a couple different ways. But my first take on this is I see our country headed for either another recession, a depression, or some sort of financial collapse. And I believe if that happens, we would be better off having somebody like Mitt Romney who at least believes in a free market or believes in capitalism to take us out of this mess. I don't think Barack Obama feels that way. If things collapse under him, I think there's going to be enough of an outcry for people that want more government. They want to be taken care of. Obviously, that's pretty clear with all the voting. And I see that as a big problem. That is not the road I want to go down on. Because, once America's gone, what's left? Where do you go from here? What's better? It always boggles my mind where we're kind of scrapping the principles that made this country what it is. The shining city on the hill, free markets, capitalism. We're scrapping everything that made this country great and trading it for some shit idea that has never worked. And what's funny about it is all these people that think they're getting something for nothing and they're milking the system, when it all melts down, these people will be hit the hardest. Plain and simple. They're going to be screwed. But unfortunately, I think a lot of people are just too stupid to understand that. Now, the only positive or blessing in disguise that I can see with the re-election of Barack Obama is this country is divided. I don't think that this country's been as divided probably since the Civil War. We've already got 50 states. All 50 states have petitions in now at the White House to secede from the Union. That's a pretty big deal, I think. And it's within their rights to do so. I think with this division, people are waking up. People want change. Because right now, the United States is changing. It's changing into something that it was never meant to be. This is not the country that our founders had in mind for us. Far from it. Even in Barack Obama's speech right after he was reelected, he said something to the extent that we're not just a group of individuals anymore. We're more of a collectivist society. It's more of a team effort. We tried that in the past. The Pilgrims tried it. They tried it with their gardens. Well, you had a bunch of people planting, and then a lot of people who didn't do anything, yet they want to share all the crops. Eventually, they almost all starved. It didn't work. Individualism, self-responsibility, freedom, liberty, that worked. That's what made America stand out compared to anywhere else in this world. But yet again, people want to scrap everything that worked and trade it for the same shit that never worked in the history of this world. They want to retry a bad idea because somehow we're smarter and it's going to work this time. Well, I'm not buying it. So that's my take on it. What I see out of this meeting, maybe they're just patting each other on the back for putting on a great horse and pony show. Nice job. Nice puppet show. It all went according to plan. They can advance the agenda forward. So, right now, we don't have politicians in Washington that are going to set this country on the right track, or at least a track that can save us for the time being. It's only going to further escalate the cause. It's going to take us down a bad, bad path. So, I'm optimistic, though. I hope that people are starting to wake up. I hope 2016 is going to be our year. I hope the cause of liberty is awakening in this country. That's what I want more than anything else. So, that's my opinion. I'm always curious to see what these guys are talking about. I would love to see your comments. Hopefully you guys agree with me. I can always be wrong. Thanks for tuning in. We got much more to talk about next week. This is The Knight Show. Thank you, and God bless the United States of America.